You're listening to the Amazing Facts Daily Devotional. Today's topic, The Last Remnant, Part 1. Our key Bible text today comes from Revelation chapter 12, verse 17. And the dragon was enraged with the woman, and he went to make war with the rest of her offspring, who keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus Christ. The time frame of this verse is significant. The previous verses, Revelation chapter 12, verses 14 through 16, show us that the dragon's wrath was kindled due to the events at the end of the 1,260-day prophecy in AD 1798. It was just as the scriptures had predicted. The saints were given into his hand, that is, the Catholic churches, only until the end of that prophetic time period. At that time, Satan's plots against the people of God were curtailed. The Roman Catholic Church was officially defeated upon the capture of its pope, and Protestants, now free from persecution, had already begun dispersing throughout the globe. The 1,260 years are also described in Daniel chapter 11, verses 33 through 35. The saints fall by the sword and flame, by captivity and plundering. Verse 35 tells us that the persecution stops at the time of the end. We know from the 1,260-day prophecy what date that is, AD 1798. We can thus conclude that Scripture denotes all time after the year 1798 as the time of the end. In today's verse, we see that Satan, enraged by the defeat, centers his counterattack on the rest of her offspring, living after 1798, which we can now denote as those living in the end times. The her refers to the woman, God's true church. The King James renders the phrase, the remnant of her seed. The term remnant means what is left over, what remains. In the Bible, a remnant is preserved recurrently through the ages. Noah and his family, Elijah and the true prophets in Israel, Daniel and his friends. What they have in common is that they all kept their faith after the majority of God's people fell away. Through them, essential Bible truths have been passed down through the ages. After the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus, the remnant transitioned from the Jewish nation to the Christian church, spiritual Jews, where now there is a remnant according to the election of grace. My deliverer, thank you for the assurance of your unfailing grace, which has continually saved a remnant out of destruction. Today's topic was taken from our Revelation verse-by-verse devotional. To purchase your own copy, please visit www.afbookstore.com. Thank you for listening to the Amazing Facts Daily Devotional.